So basically, as long as your players are pretty patient, it's everyone very rarely, but every once in a while, I'm like, okay, give me a second, I got to go look this up. But a lot of like effects all seem to be the same. So yeah, no, I like it personally.
I'm personally waiting for lock tokens.
You big wimp, suck it up.
Once you get used to something, though, I can imagine you don't want to change. That's why I bought the Unity as opposed to the Classic, because I figured if I'm going to have to learn this, it doesn't make any sense to learn it and then unlearn it and learn it again.
Well, like I was saying, lock tokens, it really hasn't been an issue. It's a part of it's training the players to like they'll be going crazy, moving their shit around, and I'll be like, "Whoa, he's their tiger," and I'll move them back and say, "Okay, let's do this a little more one at a time, so I can see where you're going, because I need to know when you walk over the big trap to turn on the fire, kind of thing." But other than that, though, for the most part, they're like, "I move over here." I'm like, "Yeah, that works." Yeah.
Because when they move a token, it shows the distance they move, but it doesn't allow them to make a multi-pathed move.
Well,
or they just pick it up, move it anywhere they want to, and it doesn't even show the range.
Well, they can. So I mean, but like I said, you got the grid. It's 5-foot grids. When they move their token, they'll be like, "I want to move over here." I'll be like, "Okay, that's 20 feet." Okay, and like I said, if I can pick out a path that doesn't go through like a threatened square, then I usually allow it. Of course, okay. As far as DMs go, I'm pretty mellow that way. I'm kind of like, I don't get all hung up on, you move through the threatened square here, obviously, and and then this is my chance to kill you. So,
speaking of which, this is my chance to kill you tonight.
He's so sick of being a dwarf or a druid at this point.
Yes.
It'd be worth it just to not be the butt of so many dog jokes.
Yep, that would be nice.
Okay. Absolutely. Okay, so if you remember last time, let's see. You destroyed a golem. You met and attacked Withers, the guy who ran the dungeon. Bjorn went down. You had a long rest. You found Peppa Zatul's tomb. Oren has the Staff of Striking. And he is... he is not possessed. And then you went into this room with the sarcophagus and you opened it up. It had a plaque saying, drown your sorrows. And when sunlight hit the plaque, this big boulder in the hallway leading into the room come down and has sealed that room. And you have Oren and Bjorn that are outside of the room, while Motok hates birds and Diego are in the room. Once the block slid into place, effectively sealing off the room, wine starts pouring from these 4 gargoyle heads. And as you can look around, there's no drainage on the floor, so there's nowhere for this wine to go. And if I could get you 3 to roll initiative. Actually, why don't everyone roll initiative, because things in the room too.
All right, I rolled last. That should actually be a setting on my die, last.
And I'm going to take share off the combat tracker. And I'm going to reset the counter to round 1. And Diego, you're standing right there. You see this gargoyle spitting this massive amount of wine on you.
Is the sunlight still hitting the mirror or whatever it was?
It was a wooden plaque or a bronze plaque. I think it was
Yeah.
wooden. And no,
It's not anymore.
yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try to like just investigate the whole gargoyle head, see if there's like, I don't know, any kind of switch or opening or way to close the mouth or something like that.
Okay, and these mouths are really big. I mean, they're big enough that you can crawl through.
Oh, really?
Yes. But there is a crap load of wine flooding through that pipe.
Is it like pretty powerful, like the stream?
Yes. If you attempt to climb into the pipe, it's a DC 25.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And in 10 rounds, this room is going to be floor-to-ceiling wine.
Okay.
Red wine.
What about like anything like with the floor, or I suppose maybe we just concentrate our efforts on either the boulder or perhaps the sarcophagus thing?
There is nothing special about the floor other than its checkerboard pattern.
Well, someone should examine all of the floor because the wine would have to drain out eventually somehow, right? There may be a panel that slides away that reveals a drain, and then maybe somebody could. The thing can say, "Hey, somebody shut me in the sarcophagus." Maybe that does something. Like maybe he can survive and everyone else can die.
Thing. Hello?
Yeah, I don't know.
Am I plane now?
So then I guess, yeah, so if that's not doing too much over there, I am going to probably move over here and maybe next turn take a look at this, see if I can figure anything out.
Okay. And Oren, you're outside, things inside.
Yep, I'm just gonna look through his eyes and then take a break and look behind us to make sure we're not being snuck up on.
Yeah, you are not seeing anything at all in the hallway sneaking up on you through the ring, both sides. And Thing, he's looking at the sarcophagus, but you're not seeing anything that would have anything to do at all with the trap.
With the wood panel, does that come up? Is that removable?
Yes, it is.
Can anybody make light in the room? You hit light, hitting it turned it on. Maybe light hitting it turns it off.
Well,
I can
still
pass dancing lights.
you can pick the plaque up and hold it back under the sunlight.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's not an issue at all.
But it doesn't do anything.
Doesn't do squat.
And what does that plaque say? Something drown your sorrows?
Drown your sorrows.
What are our sorrows? Money is sorrow?
Sheer sorrow.
Yeah.
He's not here to defend himself, so maybe if we drown Bjorn, then
Yeah,
he's
his
on the other
existence
side
kinda
of the
seems
wall.
like the definition of sorrow.
Hmm. Your sorrow. We pick something up. Yeah, I got nothing other than maybe shutting somebody in the sarcophagus that worked in the other room. Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Bueller?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like I've tried nothing, but I'm all out of ideas.
Maybe
Uh,
death is your sorrow, and we have to fill the coffin with wine before it stops.
Can we do something with the boulder, maybe? I don't know.
It's
was thinking.
probably way too heavy.
Yeah, probably, but
yeah. Oren, you ready to pass your round?
Yeah.
Hates birds? You want to do anything besides make the imp cry and drown him? No, we cannot.
Okay.
I thought he was being rather quiet tonight. So, yes, I'm sure I'll have to go over this here again in a minute, but the block that come down is 5 feet wide, and you know.
Okay. You can hear me
Yep,
now?
you're back. We can
Hey.
hear you.
Okay, so I saw the coffin was glued down, so I'm going to attack the glue and try to like rip the coffin off with my crowbar and strength.
Okay, that will take you at least a round or two.
Okay. Get going on that.
So you're going to move over by the coffin.
Yeah, I don't see the map, so let's see, how do I get the map pulled up?
It is the Dungeon of Deception, and hold on a second. Oh,
I always double click my token on my character sheet.
I always forget
Open
about
up.
that.
Oh, I never even knew about that.
Yeah.
What a handy skill.
Yeah, if your token's on a map and you double click your token on it, it'll bring up the map it's on.
Yeah.
Good to know.
All right, so I'm sitting there attacking the glue, trying to rip the coffin up.
Okay, and the stone block that come down to block the doorway is 5 feet wide, and from what you can see, it's floor to ceiling, so it's at least 15 foot high or tall. It is a massive chunk of stone that there's no way you're all going to be able to move. And Steph, you're up.
Okay, so I'm going to move over in front of the block, inspect it a little bit more. Couple questions. One is there any wiggle room around it at all? Like, could a spider get by? Or
There is no wiggle room at all.
So it's scraped its way down.
Yes,
the wall.
it is flush.
Okay, and then at the top, does the top end or does it extend up like into a shaft?
The top looks like it extends upward into a shaft.
Okay, so it goes. Okay, all right. So they're over there clubbing on the sarcophagus, and I am going to. Apparently, I just shit my pants. And then. So the stone is not. I guess I will just look for any sort of mechanism to that might. Although, certainly had a good point. At some point, there must be a way for this drain to drain out. There's got to be a hole in the floor somewhere, unless it's a sarcophagus is the hole. I guess. Well, I already moved, so I guess that's my turn. I spent my turn inspecting the block, seeing if there was any sort of, like if I could turn into a spider and wiggle around it or something.
Okay. And now the wine is 1 foot deep. And Diego, you watching him attack the coffin?
Yeah, I kind of have nothing. I got like no magic.
You can climb up the gargoyle, right?
To get through the pipe, he said it was like a DC 25 strength check. I'm not gonna make that.
What's climbing, right?
It's a strength. It's strength. I'm not gonna get that. Like I can't roll a 25.
Technically, I can climb up difficult surfaces without needing to make an ability check.
But that doesn't include the
Like the force of the
the gush of wine.
That's the issue.
Yeah. Oh well.
I got nothing to help breathe. The floor.
Better start drinking.
Yeah, like with the. I mean, at least we'll go out drunk.
Gonna go out happy.
Well, I won't be happy, but
Maybe that's the trick of it. We all have to get drunk.
yeah. Well, he
Drown
said
your sorrows.
he did say something like there's nothing specific about this floor, but it's checkerboard shaped pattern. But I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that's anything to do with the trap. It's just the floor. Because we haven't seen anything like a pattern of any kind.
What about the columns?
Yeah, they're just floor to ceiling. There's not any inscriptions on them.
Maybe you could attack them and see if part of the ceiling caves in, so we can go up the top.
Drown your sorrows. Does the wine smell fresh at all? Or is it like has it been sitting there for fucking eons?
Yeah, it's not the freshest smelling stuff. You would say it's probably been a while since this trap has been triggered.
So it's not even good wine.
At least I got my alchemy jug.
Like,
It's Mad Dog 2020.
say Thunderbird.
Oh my god.
I have actually drank that.
Unfortunately, I have too. I saw a meme on Facebook that had the Mad Dog 2020 bottle, and it's like all those years ago, we were warned about this year.
Yeah, things are getting really weird.
Well, I'm gonna take out my crowbar and I'm gonna start seeing if I can like bang around on these floors. Definitely trying different different colors or anything, just to see if I can see if any of them are hollow. Like maybe one's like kind of like a false floor, and like try to tear it up, I guess.
Okay.
See.
And As you're checking during this round, there is it's muffled due to the
Yeah.
foot and a half of wine that's on top of it. But judging by feel and so forth, it's you're not noticing any change at all in the way the tile feels.
Jesus.
Oren?
We are so
I'm gonna
doomed.
step back around the corner. How many rounds? I hate to do this, but do I have any sense that maybe the switch to turn this off can be reached by going around the ring?
No, you have no sense of that at all.
Okay. Orin is gonna do nothing. The imp is going to drown your sorrows. He's gonna ask Dances with Birds to shove the coven. He's gonna get inside the sarcophagus and ask Dances with Birds to put the coffin lid back on. Because I don't know if his strength of 6 can pull the coffin lid back on. But
Okay.
he'll try. And that's going to be their turn.
Okay, Hate Spurge, you've got the thing asking a request of you, and you have done some damage to the floor and the coffin, and where you're attacking the base of it, where it was sovereign glued to the floor, you're bringing up, pieces of the sarcophagus that's actually glued to the tile, and filling down where the tile is, you're filling nothing but solid stone.
Okay. But I haven't finished ripping it off yet, right?
Right. But putting that much action, you're causing waves and so forth around the coffin, but you are not seeing any indication of the wine draining from around the coffin area.
Okay. I'll can I close the coffin lid and get back to working on the coffin too? Or
Yeah, I'll let you do that.
okay, that'll be my thing. I'll just finish off the coffin.
Motok.
I can turn into a flying monkey.
Smash the pillars. You like a mastodon or something?
I guess I could try that. I mean, you
got a better idea.
It's funny. The entire time that you've been in the jungle and you've traveled the world, you've never seen a fish.
In my wild shape list, I've got crab. So.
Damn it.
I'm not to crab level yet, though. Let's. I'm just kicking myself because I originally had chosen stone shape, and then I'm like, oh, I'm not going to need stone shape, so I went with stone skin, thinking I could use it as a buff on one of the other players. So.
And then you got Hates Birds who can breathe underwater but can't today.
So, yeah, that's the only 4th level spell I have is Stone Skin. So, 3rd level spells I've got mode preparation. I've got Call Lightning. I didn't pick Water Breathing, so that does a snow.
You got gaseous form, right?
I haven't memorized it.
Oh,
I don't even think I have that as an option. I can entangle the stone. So I just really don't have any. I don't have any spells that can really help here. So let's see. I get 2 wild shapes. So, yeah, I guess I'll. These stone columns are what, 15 feet high? Is that right?
Yes.
I hate to start destroying stone columns and have the whole room. Hey, we didn't drown. We were buried under 50 tons of rock. so I don't know that that's necessarily a good option. So, yeah, I guess I'm gonna, fuck me. Guess I'll crap myself again, and then we'll,
You have anything that could like help us swim? Maybe. I don't. I mean, I don't. I doubt you would have
really-
prepared such a thing, but
I am exceptionally useless here.
the only thing I can think of is we have to go through the gargoyle mouse. The
Yeah,
only thing I can think of. But like, I can't make a 25 roll.
I mean, like I could wild shape to a crab and go up the mouth, but the force of the wine would just flush me right back out. I don't think I have
Yeah,
it.
the switch to turn off this wine is in this room. It's just a question of finding it, right?
The only thing, it's got to have something to do with the coffin. I'm going to move over to the coffin and help. Is it open or closed right now?
It's closed.
Yeah, it's closed with thing in it.
Okay, but that didn't do us any good. So,
No.
Okay, so can it be opened again, or is it stuck closed?
Yeah, you can open it.
Okay, so I'm going to open it and start inspecting the inside and look to see if there's anything we missed. Any sort of mechanism, like the bottom. I assume the bottom is stone. Is there any chance it's a false bottom?
You are checking, and no, the sarcophagus does not have a false bottom.
Okay.
And, part of the sarcophagus hates birds has been tearing into, so, you can see chunks and whatnot. But you're not finding any false bottom or any kind of mechanism inside the sarcophagus.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's my turn then.
Okay. At this time, the water is now 2 feet high. And can I get everyone to make a perception check?
Just out in the open?
Yes,
Or do you want
please.
it in the tower? Okay. Shit. Do I have an issue? Oh, I want to use my inspiration on this. That
Okay.
was a shit roll. That was a shit roll. God damn it.
Wow.
Never use inspiration. That's all this campaign has ever showed me.
That was horrible.
What's the opposite of inspired? Uninspiration?
Yeah, can I roll a disadvantage maybe? Honestly, the odds are better.
I would agree with you on that. Okay, hates birds and Moltok. You hear a plop over the roar of the water. Something has come through the pipe and splashed down
Wine
into
shark.
the room.
Wine shark.
And you hear that not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Oh boy.
They're where the winos.
They're probably wine golems.
Wine gulls.
And they are in all the corners except for the southeast one.
Okay.
You know what I need? I need hates birds to hold me and make sure I don't get flushed out of the stupid hole and slowly push me up these holes. That's what I think I need. So that's what I think we need to do.
Well, it sounds like but there's a clue there, the southeast corner. I mean, if they didn't come in there, then is that indicative that maybe the southeast corner holds a clue? Or is it just
Yes.
random?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I would say. What else do we have to go on?
The wine elemental in the southeast failed its stealth roll.
The wine elemental.
Or succeeded
It's
his
squirrel
stealth roll.
No,
It's the only
that
one
makes
that
more sense.
succeeded. Yeah.
There you go. That makes sense.
It has the bed spins and it throws up. So,
If it works
Oh,
like
I'll
a
never
water
do that
elemental, it would like automatically be indistinguishable, though.
Now this is handy that I do have the hold breath ability as a lizard person, so I can go 15 minutes.
That just means you die 15 minutes later.
Yeah.
Yeah, but once the room is filled, the wine won't be rushing down anymore.
Ah, so he'll be able to swim up the wine
Yeah.
tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Yeah,
rest of
yeah.
us could be
I was
fine.
thinking that too. If it's not rushing out, we could all do that. We just need to hold our breath for the amount of time it takes to fill.
Put you in my bag for safekeeping while I climb up.
And you can hold breath for how long?
It says 15 minutes. So
So that would be 150 rounds.
I could make a DC 20 check each round.
Okay, I did post in Discord, and what it all comes down to, once this room is filled with wine, you can hold your breath for your con modifier. It's 1 point or 1 minute per point.
Okay.
So, Diego, you drowned in 10 rounds. Let's see. Oren, you're not in the room.
So I get 4 minutes.
Yeah, are you at 3 or 4?
3 plus 3, and then the 1. So that's 4. Is that right? 3 plus 1. Or 1 plus con modifier. Con modifier is plus 3.
Right. Yeah, I'm sorry. Whatever your con modifier is how many minutes you can hold your breath. When you run out of minutes, the next round you drop to 0 and you start making death saves. If you are holding your breath and you get attacked, you got to make a con saving throw equal to 10 or half the damage taken from the attack.
So I could probably drag all of you up while I'm breath holding. I wrote around you. Sort of. But I'm still interested in ripping the coffin up.
So, Diego, you've heard 3 splashes. What are you doing?
Okay, so exactly which is it? Is it this one here? I didn't hear the sound, or is it this one here? I didn't hear the sound.
You did not hear the sound there.
On this one, okay. And there's nothing different. Like if I'm looking over this one, there's nothing different from the other one that I looked at before.
That is correct.
Oh boy.
How long can the imp hold his breath?
The imp can be dismissed to a parallel dimension and then brought back with an action to right next to Orin, so it doesn't matter. He was never going to die in this room.
Okay.
Stupid imp.
The important guy was never going to die in this room.
Thank
Well,
God the imp's gonna make it.
You know, he's in this coffin. The wine is getting higher every round. Eventually, he's going to take a massive drink of it. What if he gets too drunk to telepathically communicate with you?
He's
Yeah.
going to have a little coffin boat after I finish ripping it up, right?
Coffin boat.
That.
Yes, it'll be a boat in as much as stone floats.
I don't know, man. I have a feeling like we have to try to go through here somehow. I have climbing gear. I don't know if I can climb in there in any way or if that would help.
Maybe it'll reset when the three winos die.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't see them. Like I don't know what to do with. Like, if I can't
the
see something, I
climbing
can't stab it.
the climbing gear consists of what? Probably a rock hammer.
Pitons, rope.
Yeah, I think it has like the feet, like kind of claws.
Yeah, I got that plus the gecko climbing skill. So
Yeah. Let's see.
Boot
Tips, gloves, a
gloves,
harness, pittance. Yeah. So I can anchor myself, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll just at least put on the boot like spikes. So at
Yeah,
least I can have some traction.
yeah, and then I would drop the DC down to 23 for those.
Oh boy.
Yeah, still the best I can do is roll a 19, so not proficient in climbing,
Maybe
I
if you
don't
use the
think.
new-
oh, natural 20 always succeeds though, right?
No, it does not. Not on skill checks. It's only to hit and save.
Yeah. Now, to lower it,
could I do so? I can't imagine how I could use acrobatics to get in there. Like I can't possibly imagine how that would be possible with a great big funnel of water shooting into me to be nimble and jumpy or anything. But yeah, I don't know.
I have a question. That bag of destruction, what is the limitations on that?
Hopefully that they run out of wine before the thing like
Well,
explodes.
no, I'm saying that bag, if you were to put it on the floor and open it all the way so the wine poured into it.
He talked about this last game.
Oh,
It's
okay.
enough to do half of one statue, I think. Or half of one mouth.
Well,
Something
actually,
like that.
technically, it keeps eating like all day.
So, but I mean, maybe we could extend the 10 rounds to 12 or 13 to give us some time to, you know what I'm saying? So
maybe.
if it's round number 9 and we're all sitting here flopping
Yeah.
around, it might be time to try to extend, just saying.
Okay, if you make the bag of devouring drink that much damn wine, it's going to get sick, right?
What's worse, a room full of wine or?
You come face to face with the big bad guy. And
I got at least something like useful I could do. Well, maybe that's not. Yeah, I was gonna say I could throw fairy fire somewhere in this room and see if I can catch whatever dropped in here. But this is a big room.
Yeah, you've got 3 corners to hit.
Yeah, I know. I got 3 corners to hit, so I might as well do it, right? Might as well get one.
Yeah.
So I'll toss out a fairy fire, and it's I believe it's a 20 foot. Maybe it's 10. That seems a little big. If so, I'd throw it like that. But let me check. I'm gonna check that. 20-foot cube. Okay, so it's a 20-foot cube. That's a radius. Okay.
So you get multi.
Yeah. So I'm going to just huck it right here. Bam. Throw some fairy fire. See if it falls on anything that lights up.
Okay. Call it high or low.
High. Go high.
And that is... Oh, it just so happened he was next on the initiative. As you're preparing your fairy fire spell and so forth to cast it, you notice some rippling on the water, and you manage to...
Massive W
A
shows up.
wine weird, yeah. Right.
The hell is a wine weird?
Well, not a water weird, but a wine weird.
Quite honestly, a wine weird is a wine elemental.
Of course.
Nice.
Nice. We got 3 of them.
Oh, I have to make him do the save then. Make
Yes.
the save. Well, by failing it. Aha. I see you.
And due to your lucky dice rolls, I let you hit him as he was coming up out of the water. When they are immersed in wine, they are invisible.
Ah, but they can't be invisible because of fairy fire. Because it
We got
outlines
more
them
of
in
those.
fairy fire. Well, that one can't be invisible.
So, anything else you want to do? You're putting on
Nope.
your...
I think I'm just gonna be like, oh shit. Morticia's gonna be so mad at me.
And quite honestly, with the climber's kit,
Yeah,
you know,
it's not good.
do you think you could put the boot tips on Thing, and then as a group effort, you shove Thing up the pipe?
Maybe to see what I got I got big gloves. Maybe put them on his little hands. Just have Hatesbirds like just cramming him up the hole, just fucking just ramming him up there.
A little bit of...
Like, put him on the end of the glaive. Start poking.
Okay, so this wine weird, and I'm gonna lock tokens, who is currently engulfed in fairy fire, is going to come forward. And you see it whirl up out of the water, or the wine, and you've got this swirling tornado of wine and fairy fire. And you see almost like a tendril of water slap out towards you. And you manage
Man, I'm so
to...
far away too.
You managed to miss it. And hates birds. If you see this tornado of wine and non-fairy fire come up from behind you.
I think I have a rage left, right?
And boom, you were able to dodge it as well. And it's staying on top of the surface of the wine as the tornado.
Okay.
Thing is going to fly over and
Wand of
pass
Wonder?
gas in the general direction of the wine weird. It's going to fly away.
Oh, maybe Wand of Wonder can do something here.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it could do besides throw
Okay.
fireballs and grow people.
Okay, growing the wine weird. So he's gonna do the familiar help the first round, and then next round he'll use the wand, and that is their turn.
Maybe it'll cast like destroy water or something. I don't know.
Okay. I think I still have a rage left. Let's see. I'd have a disadvantage because of invisible, but an advantage because of rage, right?
No, he's not invisible because he stayed above the water, right?
Yeah, he is visible.
Plus, I got you advantage for the help, so you should be good.
Okay. So I'll attack him with the glaive. Okay, so that was a hit. And I'll take another shot. And the turn.
And Steph.
Bring it.
Yep. And let's see. Ooh, and he missed you. But he is going to drop back under the surface of the water.
Okay.
So he is invisible. And it's your go.
Okay. So I am going to cast Thunder Wave. And that is a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a Constitution saving throw. So let's see here. That a 15-foot cube. Trying to move the square down. Can't do it. Try this again.
No, I think it was 15 radius, wasn't it?
It just says a 15-foot cube.
Yeah, 3x3 basically.
Okay, so it should be like that. Okay, so it just gets him.
Yeah, I wish they would have been a little more specific in the wording on those.
I will target him. And then, so I'm going to, yeah. He's saved because he's a butthole.
Not only that, he saved with a crit, man.
Right, and then,
Not that that matters, but still.
so it says here, at higher levels, when you cast a spell, the damage increases by 1d8 for each slot level above first. So casting as a fourth level, it should be 5d8. 2 plus 3.
Right.
So, and he will be pushed 10 feet away, which I don't know if he can really go anywhere, but so 10 points. Does he say?
And we'll push him over there in the corner.
And that used my spell slot. And then as a move action, could I? I'm wondering if I could climb into the sarcophagus and use it as shelter. Get up out of the wine. How tall is this thing? Like if I climb in the sarcophagus, is the wine? It hasn't started pouring into it yet, right?
It like will be next round probably.
Um,
Like it's already up to like what 3 feet now on the next
yeah,
turn. Or-
it's 3 feet. You know, yeah, let's say about 4.5 to 5 feet. At 5 feet, the sarcophagus is no good.
Okay. So in that case, for my move action, I'm going to get up and stand in the sarcophagus out of the wine.
And how tall are you?
I'm a dwarf. What are you trying to say? I'm big for my size. I can reach it.
2'9". If
I
you're
can reach
standing on top of the sarcophagus, how high from the floor is your nose?
Well, okay, what's the depth of the sarcophagus? Is the sarcophagus 5 feet, like all the way to the floor, or is it? Is the
Yes,
interior-
the sarcophagus, it's 5 feet tall.
so it's 5 feet on the inside.
No, on the outside.
Yeah. So where are we out on the inside? If it's 2 feet or less on the inside, then I'll do it. But if it's 5 feet down, I climb inside, and then I'm down inside. I'll just drown in a salt.
Yeah, you would be down inside.
Probably chopped up from all my hacking.
Yeah, about right now. Hatesbird's done enough damage that at 3 foot, the sarcophagus is going to get wine in it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to do that then. I'm not going to jump.
But
into-
standing on top of the sarcophagus would make you 5 feet plus your height tall.
Ooh, yeah, if I could
which-
do that, I slam the top shut, and scramble onto top.
So how tall are you?
I don't even know. Look, I'm a dwarf. Where would that be? Note. I am 3'2".
Okay, so at 8.2, Moltox under wine.
Okay, so that buys me a couple of rounds. I guess that's definitely my turn.
Okay. Diego.
Well, I have no idea what the hell is going on and what we're gonna do. So,
Die.
I guess I'm just gonna kind of run here and attack this guy because he's gonna attack me. Oh, wow. Okay, it actually hit. All right. Please die instantly. Damn it. And I guess I'm just going to test to see if what his resistance is. Yeah, that's what I thought. And then fancy footwork and jump up here with Maltok.
So how high is the ceiling?
15 feet.
Okay.
And so the room is filling at a slightly higher rate than a foot per round, but to make it easy, we did 10 rounds. And let's see. Ooh, he's going to try and smack you there, Diego. And that was horrible. And number 8. Yep, we're going to try Hates Birds. Ooh, and that was a hit. And have some bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
And you are a small or medium creature.
Yeah.
um, So this tentacle of wine comes out of this tornado, and it smacks you rather hard, and it's kind of engulfing you, and it's constricting,
Okay.
and you're grappled. Plus, it pulls it 5 feet closer to him, and it starts sinking into the wine. And as of right now, you're holding your breath.
Okay, I got 15 more minutes to go then.
And let's see. Hates birds on. And holding breath. $450 rounds. We'll start with 99 and 14. Okay, Oren.
Orin will file his nails and watch the show. The Thing decides to be more effective than that, but only a little. And is going to attack Weird number 16 with the Wand of Wonder. And let's see. Wand of Wonder. One of those charges. And a roll. 57, exactly what we needed. I cast Darkness.
I thought about doing that if the light was still coming down on it, and like maybe that would help, but
Okay, so Darkness is 15-foot radius. That's actually not too bad. So if I cast a 15-foot darkness radius, 5, 10, 15, and it was centered on him, that's actually not too bad, because doing that spell made me visible. So then I will just fly over here in the darkness, and as an imp I can see in even magical darkness. So that was outstanding play by the Thing. And that is his turn.
Okay, the Thing is going to get the MVP award.
only if we live.
And he gets 1 inspiration. Anyway, inspiration. And alright. Way to go, Thing. Hates birds.
So,
Yeah.
do I do an athletics thing to break the grapple? Or
To break a grapple, uh, uh, yeah, we can do it. Dexterity versus athletics, or we can do straight strength.
Okay. So I'm raging and I have it trained, so that would give me an advantage, right? On the athletics.
Wait a minute. Yeah, if you're going to wiggle out of it, it's acrobatics or athletics.
Well, I'm athletics, obviously.
Yeah, if you're going to rage your way out of it, it's always athletics. So,
Okay. I broken.
and yes, you have broken the grapple.
Okay. So I guess I can breathe again, right?
If you want to come up, your head's been pushed down under the water.
Okay. So can I let's see. Does that count as one of my attacks or both attacks or
No, I would let you come up.
okay. So can I come up and be over against this trying to drag myself against the wall so I can use my gecko climbing skills.
Yeah, I give you that.
Ugh.
Ah.
And I would still get my attacks, right? So let's
Yes.
attack water weird. Attack it again. And that's it for the turn.
Okay, Steph from. You hear the one pop up, and you see the tentacle hits you. Gives you a little bit of a wake up call. And you're grappled, and it pulls you off the sarcophagus into the wine. So you are holding your breath now for 30 rounds, and you're at number 6. And it's your go.
Okay. Can you hear me now? All right. There you
Sure can.
go. While grappled, can I cast a spell?
As long as it doesn't involve movement.
Okay. Well, let's see here. So nothing with semantic components.
Right.
They all have semantic components. Like, what's the point?
Hence the grapple.
And then when you want it to be quiet, it seems like they all have verbal ones too.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, whatever. You know what? I guess, so can I wild shape?
Absolutely.
I will wild shape into an Allosaurus. So that's the effect, right? I have to select myself.
Yes. An Allosaurus versus a wine tornado.
Sounds like a Jimmy Buffett song.
It sounds like a movie that they're probably going to make soon. You know, like Sharknado, and then they just put wine in it, and then, you know, giant dinosaur like Godzilla versus
Winosaurus
the wine
Rex.
tornado.
Winosaurus Rex.
Yeah, that's
So-
the next movie. He's riding in the wine tornado, attacking cities.
Absolutely. So so now can I try to break the grapple? Since that was a bonus action. Is it still have me grappled since I'm a 4-ton dinosaur?
The wild shape was your bonus, so yeah, you can do whatever you want.
So how do I
Strength.
check? So is that SSTR?
Yes.
Okay. So what's that? A +4 or +5? Just a D20 plus whatever.
Yeah,
Or
plus whatever it is.
Would it be on my character sheet or?
It should
it
be on
doesn't
the
change my character
Allosaurus
sheet.
one.
Oh, it does
Yeah.
actually change my character sheet.
With a 19, it's a +4.
So I just roll a strength check.
Yeah.
12. Oof.
Ooh, and you're still held underwater.
All right, that's fine. I'll get him next round. So that's because I'm still grappled. That's my whole turn, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Diego.
Okay.
And just on a side note, the wine is now at the top of the sarcophagus.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, then I guess I'm going to jump here and try to help everybody out. Because
Sort of
what
jump
else is there
splash.
to... What's that?
Jump splash.
Yeah. I do have a whip that I've been keeping on my character for this entire game and haven't used. But rogues are not proficient in whip, and I just figured I might want to use it sometime. But no, not this time.
If you somersault off the back of the druid
Yeah.
and attack with the whip in true Indiana Jones style, I'll give you advantage on that attack. Wait, if you hit, I'll even give you critical damage for the whip.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, then I'm doing it. I'm totally doing it. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. All right, so that's what we're going to do. All right. So go after this guy. Ah, well, I hit. Hey, I hit. So that's crit.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's not magical, though. So
Dun, 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 dun.
it's not magical, so it's getting halved. So it's basically that damage, anyways.
Ha ha.
Don't you have like a magical mace or something? Like a mace of terror? Or...
Yeah. I keep it in my rogue boots here.
Okay. Number 16. Um, kind of moves back and bumps into the wall and starts going north in the circle of darkness. Number 8 is gonna miss Diego. And he should have moved first. And Oren.
I'm going to make some popcorn and watch the thing do his thing. Another wand of wonder. Because that always works out well. Ooh, 62. What could that be? Grass grows in a 60-foot radius around the target. It's a grassy
Then
wine.
concrete grounds.
Yeah, you can see occasionally little blades of grass.
The thing
Wine
takes a
kelp.
bow. It passes a turd.
All right.
I'm going to attack the weird here. My glaive again. Miss. Attack again. And let's see. I guess those were both misses.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. Yep. Okay. Vine Elemental versus Allosaurus, the movie. Okay. Oh, hell, he doesn't have to hit you. He's already holding you. So, he's just gonna hold your ass underwater, Steph.
Okay. Oh, sorry about that. I thought I was muted when I was eating, so sorry y'all had to listen to crunching noises. I guess I'll just try to break this grapple again. Thought I rolled. Let me try it again. There we go. That's better.
And you are no longer grappled.
So do I get an attack now?
Yeah, I'll give you your attack.
Okay. So
That'd be nice. The odds aren't in your favor.
so I use the attack. What? That's weird. It looked like it rolled 2 dice. I don't know why. But anyway, it hits. So damage. Oh, I see. Because it says
Oh,
pound
yeah.
plus claw attack plus. I just. Hold on here. Really? Fuck.
And you stood up, correct? To get out of the wine.
Yeah. I don't know what the height on an Allosaurus is. It's more than 3'2", though.
Yeah.
I would argue that my head is now able to reach the ceiling. So.
I would too.
And except I've got this monkey on my back. Diego.
had, who used you as a springboard.
I should jump on you though. Be above the wine. Well, I suppose I should use my rapier instead, just because, fun is fun, but maybe trying to live. All right, I guess this guy, he's wounded. Hey, that's a 1. Okay, so let's bonus action the dagger. That's still a miss. Well then. Wait, why is that +5? That should be... Oh, I didn't change my hotkey. It does a 14 hit. That should be a 14. Should be a +7.
A 14.
I have to change my hotkey for it.
Does hit.
Alright, there we go. Alright. Excellent. Wow. Okay. Here's that.
Okay.
Just for that, you don't get to ride me anymore. Get off. You're fired.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get up, springboard off the sarcophagus onto your back. Try to stay out of this wine now. We're gonna have to like jump in one of these tubes, I think.
Okay.
The tubes for all the elementals that live.
Number 16 goes west. And while he's going west...
So we get an attack of opportunity as he runs by.
No, because he's still within your threatened range with your glaive.
Okay.
But you know what? Like I said, I'm being nice tonight, so go ahead, take your attack.
Ooh, there you go.
Jeez, a 1 and a 20. Look at that max damage. There you go.
Wow. Stop playing right now and go out and buy a lottery ticket.
And for that, Hatesburge gets another inspiration.
Okay.
Now let's see if I can pull him off the wall and drown his ass. Nope. And yeah, that would be Diego. Damn. And he's gonna stay where he's at. Oren.
Oren is enjoying. Oren is wishing he packed some wine to watch this adventure. It's dry out here.
You know, you could look for a mechanism on that side of the boulder to maybe undo the trap. I'm going to say, I mean,
Can always check down the stairs, see if there's a lever.
Just saying.
I could, I guess.
I mean, I'm assuming you can multitask here. For those of us,
All right.
as someone who's not drowning right now.
I will leisurely stroll.
Either that or my next character is going to be an unrepentant mage killer who loves the taste of halfling flesh.
Hey, maybe the mouth of darkness has a clue.
You know, Oren, since you just really come up with the idea of actually looking on the outside for a lever, if you want to take 3 or 4 rounds of movement, you can.
No, it would have to
That
be
tells
around
me
here
like
somewhere.
there's a place to go and you need to move fast.
No, I'm just being fair.
No, he's just gonna go out here, look at this plaque, turn it, looking around, making sure he doesn't get stabbed, and then head back.
Probably whistling.
The thing is going to do the Wand of Wonder again with the last useful. It's going to do weird at number 16, though, in the corner, and maybe you can get all of them. Okay.
With more grass.
More grass.
Fireball!
75. Rock on!
You just fireballed
Hey,
us.
you at least won't drown. Think about it that way. It's terrible. You'd much rather burn than drown. Come on. Hey, how flammable is this wine, by the way?
Well, wine is never really flammable.
Yeah. I should have made it
It needs to
moonshine.
be like 40 proof or something before it's gonna burn.
8d6. Rock on. The weird. You.
Well, hey,
You.
look on the bright side. The bottom 6 feet of you won't burn.
Yeah. So all of those, and then
So pretty much everyone, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And how do I make them make a save? Since I don't have that spell.
Hold on.
Is it not in the Wand of Wonder?
No, it just brings up the spell. When you roll it, you can click on the spell, and it brings up the spell, but it doesn't add the effect to your character sheet. So
What's the
But
DC
on the
on
item under other, is it
it's
there?
spells DC of 15.
that? And it's what, Dex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not good for me.
That would be you.
Actually, I could
and
click.
you.
I could click my wall of fire. That's a DC 15. Well, I have a plus for. Proficiency, and I
Here.
shouldn't have that.
Not hidden. Let's try that. Did y'all get windows that popped open?
Oh, come on. It's 15?
Well,
If I rolled a 15, I would take no damage. But then again, yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so Moltok made it.
Go
Yep.
Moltok, go Moltok.
Yep.
go.
everyone else failed.
Okay, so I'll undo Moltok and then I'll roll, and then you can. It's
Half it, yeah.
8d6. Is that what it was?
Yeah, 8d6.
Okay, 8d6.
Glad that wand is dead.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
How many times have you fireballed us with that stupid wand?
Honestly, I think only one time has it actually been used.
Oh, look at all those ones. Psh. It almost doesn't count.
As half the group gets mauled by it.
Okay, so 29 damage to Moltok.
That I
Halved.
saved. So should I take-
He's half, so Hates Birds gets 29.
14.
So he's down 38. Warren's outside the room, and Diego gets 29. And Steph gets 14. Okay, you want the thing to do anything else?
He loses that MVP award in inspiration, though.
Actually, I think since he. Actually, no, Fireball isn't concentration, so the darkness stays.
Doesn't it like hit the elementals too?
Yeah, they took damage, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they sure did.
I was going to say, what's the point?
Well, shooting you, obviously.
Obviously, killing us, the elementals are like, man, that wasn't bad.
It
You
was
see
a
that fire
mercy
thing
killing.
happen? You're probably talking afterwards, having a like, oh yeah, that was great. And then that one guy cast the thing, and everybody died, and yeah, it made life easy for us.
Ooh, they may even have a susceptibility to fire. Made out of liquid.
Turn them to steam weirds.
Yeah. Warm wine weirds.
Yes, mulled wine.
Mulled wine. Moltocked wine.
There. you
Okay.
go.
That is the thing's turn.
And just out of curiosity, they would have failed their save anyway, so... Hates birds, you're up.
So the weirds are fine. They weren't fireball messed
No,
up.
they took damage.
Okay. Let's see.
They took full damage, by the way.
All right. Attack a water weird.
Nice.
Okay. Then I'll attack it again.
Man. 20. Somebody hacked Fantasy Grounds.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
I'm not mad. I just want to know how you did it.
Yeah, share a little with the rest of us. Jeez.
Okay, I'm done.
I reversed engineered it. Why do you think Bjorn throws so many ones?
Yeah, I'm ninjing all his rolls.
There you go. It's karma. You get the good ones,
Okay.
he gets the bad.
18 is going back after the largest thing.
See? Other people get critical hits too.
Yeah, he always crits my dinosaur. I don't know why. It's something about the dinosaur. It's every time I shapeshift to dinosaur, he crits me. I don't get it.
And hey, guess what, Steph?
But
You are
No.
grappled, and he is pushing you under the water.
Of course he is.
Calm down
Motac.
there, Casey Anthony.
Is Motac.
All right.
Okay. Well, I guess I will. I don't know. Try to break the grapple.
That should be easy. Your Allosaurus power.
I don't know.
Hey, you
Some
broke.
of us don't roll 20s 3 times in a row.
You broke the grapple.
Sweet. So now I get to attack him.
Yep.
So, I will bite. Oh, I gotta select him. Hold on just a sec here. Is he selected? Oh yeah, yes. Okay. I'm gonna bite his sorry ass.
There you go. Got a nice hit there.
Why does it roll a strength check and a attack? I don't understand.
Wasn't the strength you're breaking the grapple?
Yeah. Oh, do I still have the grappled? No. Okay. I don't know. Anyway, I hit. So take this, you big ugly tub of shit. Yeah.
There you go.
That's what I'm
Oh,
talking
heavy.
about. And that's my whole turn because I spent half of it breaking away from this scumbag and standing up again.
So the water's 7 feet, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, let's try to finish this guy, I guess.
There you go. 8. No, 18. Why do you guys want to
Well, you
leave the
killed
dinosaur
it.
hang? What the hell? Poor dinosaur.
Because it means less actions, because he gets an action next turn. Yours doesn't.
It's gonna grapple me again. I'm gonna go back under, and you guys will suck.
Yeah, but Orin, who is not going to do anything, and Thing, who's going to fireball us, and then hates birds. That's one more action that we have to try to help us here.
Well, 2 are down. I mean, that's pretty.
Why do I
good,
feel like if I die, things gonna come over and go through my pockets?
Orin will give up trying nothing and succeeding at nothing. And the Thing is going to hum a little tune. Wine is pouring on the floor. Everybody grapple the dinosaur. And then
I hate you. right
wine is
now.
pouring on the floor. Everybody grapple a dinosaur. Okay, and he's going to use the last charge on the Wand of Wonder.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it went away. Shit.
No,
I
Sam,
used the
thought you
last.
used
I clicked
charge
on the
last-
last charge, and so it went away. Arg.
Hold on just a second now. Give me
Sorry.
the
Just
table.
change back to preparation or something. like
Ah, there
that.
you go. Yep. There we go. That did it. Okay. Back to preparation. And I will have to roll a d20 after this to see whether or not the wand crumbles. Stay tuned. 46 lightning bolt. Hey, that works.
That's right. There's nothing except an Allosaurus in the way.
It's very.
It can get past me. It can.
A stroke of lightning forming a 100-foot wide, 5-foot wide blast. Oh, yeah. Well, that is a negative, isn't it? Each creature in the line must take a dexterity saving throw. DC 15 dexterity saving throw for both of them. And then it's 8d6 again.
You suck.
Okay, the wine weird failed his throw.
Okay. And how
So
about
I need to make
Moltok?
a reflex save. Is that right?
Yep, dexterity.
Let me find my save. Oh, saves. There we go.
Yay! You that's a pretty good roll.
Yeah, saved.
Okay,
But I
you
think
save.
this is- I can only take 17. I think this is going to kick me back in out of my dinosaur mode.
So 35 to the weird,
Exactly 17.
and 17 lets you use up all the hit points in the dinosaur, and now you can turn into a crab.
So it's like the weird's dead, right?
All the weirds are dead.
And I'll roll a 20-sided die. On a 1, the wand destroys itself. Ha, no, it's here to stay.
No, I'm going to steal it and I'm going to throw it in that dark hole in the mouth.
Wait. If it's a crit, doesn't it come back with 1 charge?
I think it does.
Maybe it does.
Okay, hates birds.
So all of them are dead, right?
All of them are dead, but the wine is still flowing into the room.
Okay, so I'm going to start attempting to climb up the wine. So be athletics, right?
Since you're actually trying this,
I'm going to tie the rope around my waist and like leave the end like tailing.
yes, I will give you athletics.
All right. I got my climbing pitons and lizard gecko skills that get me up the mouth.
Let's see. You did roll with advantage. Almost, but not enough.
Okay.
Wait. Yes, I would. That does get you in the mouth. And you see a pipe,
Mm-hmm.
I can get a mask here.
I guess I should be over here then.
So, yes, you can. You have a hard time if you would put in the fridge in there. If you will, I mean, you can climb into the pipe and explore if you want.
Yep, roaring away.
Okay, you find yourself in a big circular vat of wine.
Okay. Is there any like means to close the opening or a grate I could try to rip down or anything like that? Or
It's wine, so you would actually have to spend the rest of your movement searching the room.
okay, I'll spend the time
Because,
searching.
you know, this is at least a fourth of the amount of wine necessary to fill that room. So,
And there's a top with like air at the top, right?
no, there is not air at the top.
Okay, well I'm just searching then.
And honestly, as you're swimming around, looking and feeling around, you become aware of that. I mean, at some point in time, you're going to have touched the ceiling,
Yeah.
but there's no air.
Okay.
And you are holding your breath again, naturally.
Okay.
So. And Steph.
Okay. I don't think I should be a dinosaur anymore because I think you didn't apply the 17 points of lightning damage that Bunghole gave me.
Yeah, I figured you just delete the effect.
Okay. So, okay. I'm
And
back.
you're underwater.
I am. It's true. So, I'm looking at my wild shapes. I'm trying to see. I got crab. I don't even know what an almaretch is. Spider rat, wizard, frog. Problem is, these things are all challenge rating 0. They wouldn't be able to force their way up the pipe. But if I burn this wild shape, then I've got nothing. I'll drown. So
I'm kind of hoping, like, if it fills, we'll have like enough time to maybe like check out and see if there's a way in, like, without all the pressure coming in.
Well, so here's a question: the mouths, how high above? They should all be under wine now, right? Because it's like 7 feet deep, right?
Um,
Or is the mouth 7 feet tall?
well, let's go back to...
And I can't believe that this boulder isn't flying out of there because the amount of pressure on it right now. I mean, don't make me start doing calculations, but I suspect that the weight of this wine,
you know,
pressure being what it is.
I would say next round, the mouth is totally underwater.
Okay. So, let's see here. Oh, shit. So I'm holding my breath. I have 3 minutes. So that's 30 rounds. I mean, that's not the end of the world.
But it's 15 foot high, right? There's still some air at the top if you swim up to the top, right?
Yeah.
There's some nice columns to climb up. The breath.
That's true. The columns, are they small enough that I could grip onto them, or are they so large that I wouldn't be able to? Are there any cracks or anything I could use?
Yeah, I would say they've got the ridges, kind of like the Roman columns, where you can.
Okay. In that case, I'll come over to here and I'll pull myself up on the column above the level of the wine
And no longer holding your breath.
while I sit there and contemplate how screwed we all are. Hey, but we killed the wine weirds, and that's got to be worth some experience, right?
Absolutely.
So I guess that's my turn, is flounder over to the column and pull myself out of the rising wine.
But will you live to collect the experience? Or does Oren get it all because he'll be the only surviving party member?
Hey, Thing will get experience too.
I'm here to say, if we all die and he gets a level out of it, that's crap. Just saying.
Yeah, we're all coming back as halfling cannibals. That's
right.
That's just what's gonna
The
happen.
Thing doesn't have any more uses on his Wand of Wonder. Doesn't really, and Orin doesn't really want to do anything. There's no lever out here.
Well, there's no lever where you're standing. We know that part.
Maybe Bjorn is hiding the lever.
Yeah,
I don't even.
Bjorn's been looking, and yeah, he hasn't found anything.
Other than going around this circle, that is about all I can do for you guys.
Well, I think all we can do is explore the tunnels right now, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to
Or
this
attack
one.
the door.
I'm gonna go over to this one because that one over there is all darkness. And you're in that one. So, if it is still too difficult to really for me to kind of like get in there because I have shit strength, I'm just gonna kind of like hang on to the side of the
Nope.
like gargoyle head kind of thing, and
Right, just
yeah, just kind of
Flapping.
wait to see if it gets near, like I'm gonna get ready to like hold my breath, get the last gulp of air to like try to swim through and hope that the pressure is kind of evened out or stopped. I can't think of anything else to do in the meantime.
Thing will drop concentration on the darkness too. So
'Cause that other one they didn't come
thought that
out of
was,
the one by thing, and none of them came out of. So if
Would
someone
his,
can,
would his
successfully in
concentration
that,
matter
really.
though if he's like if it's a wand effect?
I think he cast the spell, right?
yeah.
All right. So
Okay, Diego.
yeah. So I guess that's it. I can't think of anything else, but I don't know if thing can like change into something and like crawl up in there and check
He's
out
got
that one.
he's got no swimming. He can fly.
Yeah.
Bird, rat, spider.
rats are good in sewer tunnels. They'd be good in wine tunnels.
Maybe.
Some kind of snake.
No, rat, raven, spider, or imp. I think the imp with the clawed hands might be as good as the spider.
Yeah, definitely.
He's got a strength 6 though, so it's going to be a while before he got any chance at all to do anything.
Yeah, kind of the same boat as me. Like hope that the pressure kind of stops.
Yeah, actually, he could take a look at where that light was coming in. Maybe the light hole is a way out. As a spider, maybe he can crawl out the light fixture.
Didn't they say it was like a magical light or something? It wasn't
Yeah.
like a
Yes.
hole in the ceiling.
That is the thing's turn.
All right, hates birds.
Let's see. Can I reach another one of these mouths and go in? I guess not. Maybe this one? No. 5, 10, 15, and then... Can I go like 40 feet or...
You could do a dash, which would get you there.
sort of climb along the walls, right?
Yeah.
So a dash would get me to the mouth?
Yep.
Would I be able to make an attempt to get inside?
No, not with making the dash.
Okay. And I'll dash over there and end my turn.
Well, let's see.
Okay, in realistic terms, the water is 12 feet tall in this 15-foot room. You got 3 foot of air left. The gargle,
Wine.
the top of the gargle heads will be submerged at the end of the next round.
Okay. Yeah, because like I can't make that roll with that pressure coming out. So really, like the only idea I have left is hopefully like just keeping my head above water until like maybe it's full, and then maybe like the pressure will stop because it's got nowhere else to push.
Kind of like when your car goes in a river.
Yeah. And then just try to like, I don't know, shimmy up like I'm climbing up a chimney or something up the tube.
Yeah, I
or
think
just swim,
I'm going to do the same thing over at the southeast one where Thing is. So my move's normally 25 feet. What would my move be to flounder? How far could I flounder over that direction?
Yeah,
Remember
I'll let you get most of the way there.
Remember one of the elementals didn't come out of, so it might be different.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Southeast.
Or I guess, actually, you know what? Hold on, let me see something here real quick. Swim 20. What's a dash? Is that like a double move?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna burn my second wild shape into a crab. So that's a bonus action there. So let me apply that effect. And then
that's a good way to avoid the penalties.
That gives me a swim speed of 20. So I will dash like to there.
That's 40 feet of swim speed. Yeah.
Yeah, and then now that it's underneath, is the pressure equalized enough that I can go up, or?
The next round, at the end of this round, it will be.
Okay, so for now, I'll just cling and try to look up the tube and see where it goes.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just hanging on, waiting.
Yeah. So, but I should be under wine looking up the tube, so I can see where it goes. See if it goes like that other one straight or wanders off or something. So.
All right, Diego, last round of air.
All right, well, I'll take a great big, super, as much breath as I can. Maybe even like dump out my wineskin in the thing, and like maybe like hopefully have it filled up with air, maybe, and then just fucking go right down as soon as it hits the top.
It's Wand of Wonder like a hollow tube. You make a snorkel.
Not if the air's not there.
Okay, and since we are at the beginning of the round and this is the last round of air, you do feel the pressure decreasing.
All right, so do I get a chance to swim down now, or is it on my next turn?
I'll give you a chance to swim down now, but the DC would be 20.
I still can't get a 20. Best I can do is 19.
But you've got the pitons on, so I would give it to you at 18.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try. Might as well
Yeah.
try.
Go for
Like,
it.
okay. So
It's
it
like
has to be
you-
athletics. There's like no weird way I can finagle acrobatics in this. I don't think. So here we go. Ah.
Oh, ouch.
But it didn't blow you out of the tube either, so. No gain, no loss.
Yeah. Maybe as a bonus action, I could like struggle on the climbing gloves. I don't know if that'll help or not.
The thing. Does the help action help with making skill rolls?
Maybe like pushing them up or
Yeah.
something. I could see that helping. Being
Help
a stool.
Add 6 strength. He's got claws, so he can help try to shove you in. So the thing will fly over here and go next to Diego, and when Diego goes, he will try to help him, give him advantage in forcing himself up the tube. Shoving Diego down the wine hole.
Yeah, this is basically like, a
all
child's
right.
comedy from the early 90s.
Since everyone's turn really happens simultaneous, make another roll for that, Diego.
Okay. Come on, big money.
Oh, by 1.
By 2, technically, but yeah.
Oh, you have a negative. Oh, you min-maxed. Ouch.
Okay. Hates birds.
Well, I'm going to force my way in, trying to use athletics. Let's see here. I'll use an inspiration point to attempt to roll again. So, did I get in?
Let's see.
So, my climbing skills and feet.
You double click, so that the 12 was your first roll,
Yeah.
and then the 11 would have been the inspiration. No, you do not get in.
Oh, the 20 didn't count for the inspiration roll?
You didn't have advantage on your skill roll to begin with.
Oh, okay. That was wrong then. Okay, well, I guess I'm done then.
Okay. As a crab, I have 6 legs and claws. I'm going to try to work my way up inside. Is this still a athletic check, or is it just he's a crab, so he gets to go inside check? Or
you know what? Let's do it. He's a crab.
so I'm going to work my way up inside this tube.
No, I'm still gonna make you do an athletics roll, but it'll be a lower DC.
With my -1. Okay. All right. Well, let's do it. I suspect that doesn't get her done.
No.
So I will burn my 1 inspiration I have and try it again.
And that
15.
would get it done.
Sweet. All right. I'm going to move 40 feet in here.
Okay. Just like hates birds, you end up in a circular vat of wine, and exploring it, you find the ceiling, but there is no air.
And there's no drain at the bottom.
Correct.
Well, fellers, it's been nice.
Yeah.
Well, how do they fill it without a drain at the top?
I suspect there's magic involved.
Magic, lich magic.
Oh. All right. Well, next turn, I guess.
Yeah. They wouldn't go through the process of drawing these if there wasn't one that was a way out.
Yeah,
You would
I not to run a really meta game. I figured he would have revealed them all at once if something was the same. They're all the same. Also, I have no better ideas. I just don't.
Yeah.
Well, there's the
There's-
door to fight, try to smash through. But
I think we already kind of like looked at it, and it was kind of like, yeah, it was
Yeah.
designed to be a plug for this room.
I'll bet-
All right, so advantage, thanks to Thing on like pushing me in this thing.
You know the you're out of air in the room.
Mm-hmm.
There's only a tiny little sliver left, and the water pressure has pretty much equalized. Let me say it's diminishing rapidly to the point that with Thing's help, you are able to get into the tube.
Oh, nice. Saws roll. That's great.
And you
Find myself.
at an intersection.
Wait.
Do you
shit.
guys? So you're
Okay.
right
I'm
there.
going to. Okay, before I walk all the way in, I'm going to cast dancing lights and kind of ping, like kind of try to, like kind of ping like 4 dots, so it's like kind of like leading to this one, so that maybe they can see it. So like I'll put four dancing lights just from this opening, like kind of diagonally out towards them, so that maybe they can see.
Shooting out into the room.
Yeah, just out into the room, just floating there, kind of swirling, so like gently, so that they can, dancing lights. Just yeah, maybe they can see that shit and see that there's something here.
You
Runway
know,
lights.
like dancing, yeah.
hard to see from inside a tunnel.
Yeah, well, what? Okay, ignore that. I'll cast darkness in there and see. If
Everybody's a smartass.
all right, yeah. So I'll do the dancing lights there, because I can't yell at you guys underwater, and I'm
Nope.
sure as hell not swimming all the way over there to be like, hey, over here, and then share like mouth breathing apparatuses because we're running out of air.
And the dancing lights will last for several rounds, so
Yeah, like it's like, I don't know if it's like a minute or it's long enough. I would hope. And yeah, so I guess that's my turn.
Good job.
I think I just got the lucky one.
Orin will, after the thing pushes Diego in the wine hole, dismiss him to a parallel dimension.
boom.
Now, does he lose the wand? If he-
No, his possessions go with him.
Okay.
You just don't like that wine.
We're gonna put it in that hole.
Well, considering we're all burned and scarred from it, yeah.
Yeah, you see, we're gonna get out of here. Hates Birds is gonna hold him down. You're gonna turn into a dog, and then we're gonna set things right.
Okay. So I guess I'd probably see the lights reflecting while I'm off the walls, right?
Yeah, because you didn't make it in the hole.
Yeah, and they're like swirling around to be trying
So
to be noticeable.
I can dash to over here, right?
Yeah, I give you that.
Okay, I'll dash.
Okay,
Well, this-
step.
So I can go 10, 5, I see the light. That's a dash for me. As a crab.
Crab scuttle.
I scuttle over to there.
You're gonna have to tell me what it's like running sideways.
Okay, Diego.
Get teary-eyed when I think about it.
East or south?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't necessarily know how these vats are positioned, so it's kind of hard to. I'm gonna go straight. Let's go straight.
So that means south, right?
Yeah, further south. Yeah.
Okay. You come down. You swim down another 5 feet, and you encounter a wall.
No, I chose the wrong way.
Secret wall door.
Oh,
But
But-
you know you visibility is not much, and so you pretty much swim into this wall, and
yeah, feeling around.
as you're feeling around, you can feel the outline of a hand indentation.
Oh, like
It-
in the
it- it-
stone?
In the stone. It's an indentation of a handprint.
Fuck it, I'm gonna put my hand in it.
What you got left to lose, right?
Just a hand.
Well, maybe that's what resets this thing or something, or I don't know. Drains it.
Okay. You push the. You put your hand into the handprint and you push just a little bit, and this wall just vanishes.
Oh, hey, okay.
And depending on how you want to look at it, when it vanishes, it's no longer holding that wine back. And you see that the corridor goes upwards, and with the wine flowing in from the room, the corridor is a ramp going up. So,
Okay.
some wine
Yeah.
is going to come in and fill that void until it levels out.
Okay.
But it does push
Oh.
you all deeper into the pipe.
Okay, and I'll shimmy upwards and take a big breath and hope this goes somewhere that's safer than where I was just at.
And
You're gonna be swept away, huh?
Yeah.
all right, Oren.
Oregon's like, oh, these guys are dead.
All right.
I didn't
So-
see them actually go to safety.
I'll take an action and call the thing back from the parallel dimension, the pocket dimension.
Bing.
Although Maltek should maybe check the other way just to see if there's a treasure chest in that vat.
That's what Warren's gonna do.
All right. Hates birds.
Am I able to look around the corner?
That means getting submerged back into the wine, but yes, and you're able to easily identify it as being another circular chamber.
Yeah, I figured. I just, never know. Maybe there's like a sword at the bottom or some shit.
Okay. I guess I'll just let go and be flushed.
Okay, and you're washed up to the
After all, I can't take falling damage now, so
and Maltok, are you going to catch up?
Yep.
Okay, by the time you catch up with everyone else, the water or the wine in the room has equalized out to where, there's an inch or two of air at the top of the room. But otherwise, the water is not receding anymore. and you
In
all
theory, you could get up to the top and stick your lips against the stone and get breath.
correct.
But I'm a crab, so I don't care.
Yeah. So, well, actually, you do care because it was specifically mentioned that water breathing does not mean you can breathe in wine.
See, this is why I can't have nice things. You just ruin everything. Anyway, so I catch up to him.
So, you catch up. You're all able to catch your breath. Not that you were underwater for too terribly long. And guys, do you mind if we take 10 minutes here and I'll
Okay.
give you some inspiration
good.
first for the weirds.
I can't believe we won. We lived. I thought for sure that was like a death trap even before
Well,
the
we
monsters
haven't
dropped
we haven't
in.
seen what's at the end of the tunnel.
No, but this is still longer than I expected to live at the start of the campaign. I thought I was gonna spend like, 10 rounds slowly drowning.
I really was curious to see which way that was going to go, and I was hoping that the weirds would be a little more effective. So,
He didn't
but
expect Oren's total disregard of his party member's life with his wand of wonder.
Oren chose a bad time to be experimental. Just saying.
well,
At least he killed that last one, man. That's all I gotta say.
you all were most likely going to die anyway, so
See, I would have been 100% okay with what he did if I rolled 1 point higher. Because then I would have taken no damage from the fireball. Instead, I took 29 damage. So
sure.
now I'm
Blame
like, well,
the
shit.
dice. Blame the dice.
Yeah, because 0 damage makes it a good plan to me, even if everybody else got hurt.
Hey, I got double
absolutely.
hit. What are you whining about? You got half a fireball or whatever. I got fireballed and lightning bolted. I'm surprised you didn't just come over and stick a corn cob up my ass.
And
You
with
like that?
that,
So what you're saying is the thing almost got even because you killed him entirely once.
Oh my God, you've got unlimited things. It wasn't
all
the
right.
same
See you,
thing.
Ted.
I killed a Oh, how about that Ruth Bader Ginsburg? Yeah. Everybody got popcorn to eat and watch this thing, right?
I thought riot season was over, but it looks like it's going to start up
I
again.
think it's just starting. It's gonna be so ugly.
Yeah, I have a friend who's in Los
Shithole, but I mean homeless people.
to come from countries where they're like really big into abuse of law and order. They don't seem to be that, much on the side of no police at all. So
Okay. You're in the tube. You're dry. You can or you're drying out. You can breathe. It continues south just a little bit, and it opens up into this large chamber that reeks of sulfur and brimstone. And on the floor of this chamber, you see a pentagram traced in salt surrounding this ornate sarcophagus, and its lid is covered with the figurines of prancing frog-like humanoids. And you're pretty sure that
This
this
is the one with the frog muth.
Nang Nang's tomb.
well,
Oh man.
I think we need to take a long rest though, since we're all beaten up by fireballs and lightning bolts.
And at the southern end of this room, you see another one of those walking skeletons. It's got the deformed
the
head
indication,
in the
yeah.
shape of a key.
Well, let's go in the room then.
Yep. Let's go. Let's go get that key.
You guys want to like rest up though, since we were lightning bolted and
Well, not while the skeleton's there.
I mean, is the skeleton attacking? Yeah, I guess we should batch the skeleton.
Yeah.
So, you're going after the skeleton. Shall we roll initiative?
Hey, let's see how good I. Oh, yeah, I beat Holtac.
All right. Diego.
And then I'll bonus action dash.
Boom. And you bash the skeleton.
Look at that. 66666.
Wow.
Well,
Like that was almost max damage roll.
Okay, and you now have a... How did I word that last time? And that is level... That is key square level 2. You now have a square skeleton key. And I'm going to reword that one. Key triangle level 1. Which brings you to a grand total of 2 skeleton keys.
Yeah. Didn't we used to have someone else in the party before? I don't remember where he was. Oh well. I guess we should just take a long rest.
Orin is the missing token.
We're listening at
out.
I don't need a long rest. A short rest is fine for me.
Short rest would be fine for me.
Yeah, like you use what, one spell last round?
Yeah.
All right. I'll just use my
Yeah.
last dice then.
And before we take that rest, I'm going to let go of the wild shape.
God,
No
it's
problem.
just nothing but ones.
This has been a game
Unbelievable, man.
of ones and crits.
Like, look at that. 1, 1, 3, 4.
Change your dice, scholar.
Oh, yeah, I should use those too. Where are those at? Those are on the main page, right?
And
I used my last ones.
Orin, while you and Thing are just waiting to see what happens, 10 minutes after this block came down out of the ceiling, it starts to retract into the ceiling, and this gigantic amount of wine comes rushing down the hallway, and it goes past you, and things gotta fly up in order to avoid getting caught in it, and it starts flowing over the staircase and doing this waterfall down the other 45-50 feet of this dungeon. And it's actually a beautiful sight. You do notice you're not seeing any dead bodies.
cool. I'll send Thing in to reconnoiter the room and see what happened to my dead comrades.
That thing just sees this rapidly draining room of wine.
Where's the wine draining? Oh, it's just draining out the door that he came in.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's draining down the hall and spilling over the grand staircase and spilling down into the lower depths of the tomb.
Is there any wine flowing out of the four mouths?
No.
I'll send him to invest. That's all of his. No, he can move 40, so that's 40, and then if he dashes, that's
Yeah, we're not in initiative.
Okay, we'll have him go to each of them and look in and see if he can travel up them or see if he can see where the other party members went.
Yeah, he's able to get into the mouth of them, but, he's met by a force field, and behind the field you can see the wine.
Oh, okay, so there's a force field that drops and the wine just fills up behind it. Okay.
Right.
It's the same on all four?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Ooh, we have split the party.
Well, if you go around the circle, I know that the room is the same it's a different room, but it looks the same if you go around the ring. So maybe they're up there somehow. That would be my theory. I'll send the thing.
Yeah, you send the thing up, and he enters into the alternate dimension dungeon, but he's seeing no sign of them at all.
Those lights aren't there anymore?
How long do they last?
Oh, yeah, you would have dancing.
I thought maybe they would disappear because you guys took a short rest.
Well, yeah, they would have.
Why you got to ruin it? I had them there. What are you doing, man? I had them there. And you're
There's
like,
a force
no,
field. I can't get through the force field.
All right.
Would I logically think that to maybe look for a secret door, some other way to get to them?
Of course, at some point, we've got to get out of here.
Yeah, and you have a force field holding back the line. Can you get through that?
Maybe it's a one-way force field.
Yeah. Send the thing in there to yell. Where'd you go? I will avenge you.
So, you are able to, you've got your short rest, you're feeling healthier, your clothes are a lot more drier.
Well, those of us that have clothes.
And, once again, in this room, you have a sarcophagus surrounded by a pentagram made of salt on the floor.
All right. Well, I guess I open the last one, so it's probably Steph's or Diego's turn, right?
Sounds fair to me.
So Diego's going to take one for the team?
Well, he doesn't have any items yet, right? Probably like one of those daggers in there or something.
No, you're correct. I don't believe he has any items.
Oh, I just had an idea. Up put the immovable rod up against the block. Activate it. And then I'll have the imp go in, and I assume the sarcophagus is shut.
Yes, but it is. You can tell. You see all the damage that Hates Birds was doing to it. It's not the.
Is the magic light on?
Yes, the magic light is on.
How hard is it? Can the thing push the with the immovable rod holding the block in place? Can thing push the coffin lid off?
Yes, I'll give you that.
Okay. I'll get out of the way. That way when the wine starts flooding it, that way the block won't fall, the wine will flood. Maybe it'll break it. Bjorn will probably get out of the way.
Okay. You thing pushes the lid off, and we go through this all again. And the immovable rod, you can tell that it is indeed holding up some weight, but as its name says, it is not moving. And all this wine just keeps pouring down the hallway. And, at most we're talking a couple of inches max is what's flowing down the hallway. And, you have created this, once again, this magnificent waterfall going over the grand staircase.
Do they hear any noise where they are? The system's cycling again?
Some other idiot's dying in there now. Suckers.
No, at most they might have they would have seen the water level raise an inch or two as it started pumping water or the wine out, but no, they don't notice anything.
Okay. Well, now the room will never completely fill up, so maybe it will break. Or maybe the entire dungeon will fill with wine. And we'll just drown the lich.
Okay.
Hey, Diego,
Yeah.
time for your curse.
On the frog one, I don't know if I want to deal with that guy.
Gets crazy jumping skills. That'd be pretty handy. Frogs jump, right?
I don't know. Is it the frog myth or is it the little frog guys?
The figurines that are 12 painted wooden statuettes depicting grungs. They're the little frog people that, Kathma beheaded, the last survivor. The statues are cute but worthless. You can... Yeah, that would be it on top of the sarcophagus.
Like, do we have to mess with these guys? Like, why do we need to mess with them?
Yeah, I mean, if we open the sarcophagus, is there really any item in there that is so vital that we need it to deal with.
I didn't like the little frog guys, man. I don't want to.
There might be food in there. You got to check it out.
No, I don't want, you go check it out. You're the one. You're the hungry one. Yeah, you're the one eating all the people.
Yeah, rip open the sarcophagus.
It's finger looking good.
Okay. Let's talk about crossing the salt circle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you doing that cautiously, or are you not giving a damn?
I'm doing it kind of incautiously.
Nonchalant wizard.
So you are trying not to disturb it?
I'm just walking right across it.
Walking, okay, normally. Okay, when you get right there. By the way, if Sheer was here tonight, Wongo would be saying, hey, you need to wreck that symbol and see what happens.
Let's pretend he is here, and we'll leave, and we'll let him do that in there.
And when you disturb the circle, you see this creature. No, you don't see the creature. Okay, I'm gonna retcon for a minute. I'm gonna back you up outside the circle. You have not advanced toward the circle, okay?
Okay.
I was looking at the things entry instead of the creatures, and this thing does not have invisibility.
Oh, so we could see something in the circle.
Yeah, you would definitely know what the hell you're walking into.
Looks like one of my relatives.
There's an ugly spud. Relatives. That's got prom date stamped all over it.
But yeah, he's a pretty nasty looking creature. So you are welcome to reevaluate your decision.
Oh. We made the right choice in here, Maltuck. Let's get going.
Wait, what are you doing? You're stuck in the circle. You have a bow.
I believe the term you're looking for is bailing. Bail. Running like scared little girls. I'm not that arcane proficient, so I don't know if attacking him, does that break the circle? Like he's probably constrained. He looks like a extra planar creature, so he's probably constrained within the circle, but I don't know if attacking him
yeah, you wouldn't. You're not any good at Arcana.
I suck. But you knew that.
Yeah.
Grace Slide. Give me 20 seconds with Google and I'll let you know. Hey guys, guess what? Turns out. So is this an initiative thing?
Well, it depends on hates birds. What do you want to do?
I'm telling them to get back in here.
Okay. Are you gonna move forward or not?
I'm hanging out at the whole tunnel entrance.
Okay, so what are you guys gonna do? You gonna run like bitches or?
Diego, what are you going to do? You're the one with the sneak attack.
Yeah, I definitely am.
You're right. I am the guy with the sneak attack. Look at me, sneak
Yeah.
attack.
Here I was. I thought nobody noticed and cared about my value, but thanks for the pat on the back, Maltok.
Hey, well, I'm all about providing that positive. Here, have a glass of wine. That'll get your courage up.
Is the new
I got some
wine
right over here.
Did the wine like refresh itself after
I was going to say by now we should be in the fresh
Yeah, is it
wine.
good? Is it fresh wine now?
Yeah, by now you have gotten to the fresh wine, and Maltok bends down and just scoops up a little bit. Here, have a drink.
So you guys fight the monster. I'm going to make some wine flips and cheer you up.
I'm not going in first. If that's anybody's indication of what's happening, that's not happening. So, yeah, that's never a thing that's happening. So, take that as you would.
It's allergic to salt. Do you have any salt in your pack?
Fine, I'll go back in there.
It's already salted. All you need is like some more seasoning.
Okay. Out of game for a minute. There is nothing in these tombs that you need other than the possibility of encountering a skeleton key, but that can happen anywhere throughout the dungeon. There's nothing you need to complete your mission.
Except for the experience, or else we won't get it high enough in levels so that.
Or
Right.
freeing the elf, right?
Or the magic item contained in the tomb.
I don't think magic items are good enough reason to bash it.
I'm also thinking that there's 3 of us.
Why you want?
Try to get Orin up here to help out.
Well,
Yeah.
sure. If we were all together and stuff, I would be like, "Hey, I'm all for fighting this thing after Hatesbirds runs into it." But we are down the guy that he does have Wand of Wonder. That kind of puts a setback in our plans. I'll give you that.
Look for another way out of the room.
Yeah,
It's trapped in salt.
that's definitely a better idea. If he seems confined in this salt, I do not necessarily want to pee on said salt.
Yes, and you can always come back and conquer at a later date.
Or if you don't like your characters, charge in.
And you know what? I'll even just make it tempting in the current situation. I'll tell you what the magic item is. It's a
Don't trust
pearl.
him.
Not
It's
not
a
on
trap.
it.
It's
not,
a trap.
Not gonna lie, guys. This could definitely sway me.
It is a pearl of power.
Oh, I don't give a fuck. Let's go.
I don't even know what that is. I'm a druid.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It sucks. Don't worry about it. Let's just go. Let's just get out of here.
And 5,000 experience points.
Now, if you said 5,000 experience points each, could I raise you?
Now we're negotiating over
Yeah.
whether or not to.
If
fight
I could
the
get up to
slab.
level 9 by the end of the night.
Wow.
Still, though, 5,000 split amongst, screw Sheer, too. 4 of us.
Sure. Spears gonna be like, what? What do you mean you guys
Yeah.
all leveled without me?
Yeah, we leveled because he wasn't counted amongst us.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And technically it's 3 because Oren isn't in the room.
Yeah.
Ooh, now you.
Oh yeah,
Now
now
you're
you're
just,
really talking. Yeah.
Yeah. Oren's gonna be like, but there was a force field. You could have looked for the lever.
We're gonna tell Sheer that we're promoting Thing to party member, and he's gonna have to be Oran's familiar from now on.
That's funny. Yeah,
Oh.
he's gonna tattoo the word "bitch" across your forehead.
You give him the wonder, take the sword out of his hand. Like, no, you go further. You go forth and touch that trap. You go open that door right now. You go grab that cube off that shelf.
Okay, just so we remember that. Thing was promoted to party member.
Steph
Yeah.
demoted.
And Steph is demoted to...
Oh, it's Steph now?
Oh.
Demoted.
I was thinking it's Bjorn.
Sheer got demoted. I'm in the room.
That makes it even better.
Man. That's bullshit.
You know what? Now I'm starting to believe maybe it was really Sheer all along that was with those dogs, and maybe we just forgot about it somehow.
Okay. That'll definitely bring up conversation.
Right now, Sheer's ears are burning.
Okay. While you all were contemplating tackling this demon and so forth, the wine eventually runs out.
Oh,
And,
really? Okay.
Thing and Oren are able to locate you, just them yelling and the sound echoing through the pipes that you all were in.
Oren comes in, he just starts hearing our voices in this tunnel, like just going, yeah, and then now Bjorn is going to be the familiar.
And once again, if Bjorn would have been with you, you had been fighting this demon anyway.
Well, I
We'd
guess
have
he chose
another
a good
meat
time
sack
not
for
to
him
be
to
with
hit.
us.
Yeah. He could take a few hits for us.
I'll have Thing go around the room and look for secret stupid.
Thing is able to identify a secret door rather quickly.
Is there perhaps a lever
And-
that drops him into the Rancor pit?
I'm just gonna unmask that entire area there. And opening the secret door, you see ancient cobwebs filling this narrow corridor. And there's a midpoint which features an arched alcove. And within this alcove, a dusty bottle stands on a table.
Ooh, mysterious potion.
Dusty bottle. Is it heavy?
It's
I think he means can Thing carry it.
it's probably a little heavier than, well, how much can Thing pick up?
Strength 6 is...
If it's more than Mage Hand, then yes.
Yeah, strength 6 gotta be like at least what? Like 20
Carrying
pounds.
capacity is strength multiplied by 15. So 6 times 15 is 95 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he could pick me up and fly around with me. Didn't know that.
I'll ride the dinosaur, you ride the imp.
And
Wow.
It,
That's a porn movie if I've ever heard of one.
so it's a bottle of liquid. Is it stoppered or not?
It is a stoppered bottle. It's got some weight to it, but you're not hearing any sloshing.
Okay. I'll have him. Yeah, I'll have him pick up the bottle and fly over here. And since the system is broke, so the force field is gone and not coming back on when we went up this passageway?
Correct.
Okay. Then we're probably safe. Thing will unstopper the bottle.
Okay. You see this whirlwind of sand emerge from the bottle.
A genie.
And you are indeed correct.
Oh, sweet. Oh, that's cool.
And boom, and put her on the map. And this genie emerges from the bottle in the whirlwind of sand, and she goes, "You have opened the bottle. I am Keshma al-Wazir."
Gesundheit.
And and let's see. Diego's not possessed. Oren's not possessed. Wongo doesn't matter. Okay. Hates birds. In your mind, Papa Zatuli is encouraging you to treat this host, or this genie, like a servile lick spittle.
It's all fun and games till you treat the genie like a lick spittle. Just saying.
Maybe she wants to be treated like a lick spittle.
A person who behaves opposite to those in power.
Better give out your safe word now while you have a chance. Apples.
A toady. A servile flatterer. A contemptible, fawning person. What may I do for you? You have freed me from my bottle.
See if she'll stop the death curse.
About
Destroying the Lich comes to mind.
Yeah, destroying the Lich would be the first on my list. Yeah. Join our party and help us defeat the Lich. Try it.
Why would you want to do that? You know, I can give you riches for letting me go now. And
Magic
you
weapons?
can see sapphires are coiled through her braided hair, and she's got platinum armbands. I would hate to part with them, but I would gladly give them to you if you let me go free.
It's a trap. Akbar said so.
Well, you know what? Why not try this? That Slad was supposedly scary. I'll tell you what. I'll let you free if you kill that gray Slad right over there. That creature. That seems fair.
Huh.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, seriously. Dun, 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 dun.
The rest of us are like wrestling fans. Like, ah.
She looks at you and she goes, "No, we'll not fight your battles for you.
What kind of genie is this?
But if you promise me my freedom, I will help you in the endeavor by casting up to 3 spells for you. When my 3 spells are up, I am free. You no longer control me."
And you will leave us in peace.
Yeah, and you'll leave us in. Seems like we're not getting that good of a deal.
Well, we did just unstop her a bottle.
Hey, it was on very tight. Yeah.
It's like a jar of pickles.
Couldn't be
God
that tight.
damn
Yeah.
this thing!
If you had
What the
Thing
hell?
open it, I mean, just had Thing open it.
I had to get one of those rubber things and put it over
Doing
the
a
top.
Doing a strength check, trying to get the pickles.
Putting the
Dry it
bottle
off.
underneath hot water.
Yeah.
You know?
It was not easy. What do you think, guys? Worth it for 3 spells and leave us in peace?
Yeah, sure. I mean, how long are we going to negotiate with her?
Yeah. All right.
You know, that Slad is probably sitting there.
Put it back
tapping
in the bottle, and we'll sell it for a quick buck at the auction. She won't even fight the Salad. What good should her spells be?
Like I said, if you'd like to avoid the bloodshed, I hate to part with them, but I'll give you my riches. And, you know, all total, we're talking roughly about 5,000 gold pieces worth.
We're probably going to be dead here going down into this dungeon anyway, so that's really not going to save us. What spells can you cast? How about that?
Oh, I can cast lots of great spells. You know, I have the ability to detect magic and detect people's thoughts.
Yeah, just put it back in the bottle. We'll sell it for a quick buck.
I can fly. I can take you anywhere in the multiverse.
Can you show us the world?
And
Can you sing?
and I can even fireball.
Man,
We already have a
Something
wand of
else
wonder for
else.
that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, I need something.
Now
that can
you
fire.
have an empty wand of wonder.
Thankfully.
Hmm.
Well, yeah. How about this? If you cast fireball on the slab, we'll get out of this room. You cast fireball on the slide 3 times, and then leave us in peace, and we'll consider it all good.
If the slide's immune to fire, then I'm going to be really pissed. Just saying.
It's like a frog thing. I can't imagine it being immune to fire. And most resistant.
sleds are kind of elemental, aren't they?
I don't think so.
They are.
They're like, because they're all different. Like I remember I think the green slad or the blue slad. One of them's like a spellcaster, and the other one's like a.
Was it like a frogman?
Yeah, there's several different colors. I can't remember what they all do.
But he said something about demon. So is it a demon or is it a frogman?
It's like I think it's somewhere in between. It's like
Yeah,
some kind of like fiendish entity, but it looks like a frogman.
Yeah. Technically, it's classified as a medium aberration. Outside of limbo, it is the living extension of the will of its masters, the Death Slotty. And it often journeys to the material plane on errands of doom, often taking humanoid form.
So that's the deal. 3 fireballs on the slide, then you leave us in peace, and you get your freedom and go your own way. Deal?
You drive a hard bargain, but at least I get to keep my baubles. And yeah, let's roll initiative. Okay, and we'll start with Keshma, if that's alright with everyone.
Sure.
And we are going to
Be able to see. Fireball is what, 15, 20 feet? 15.
okay. Boy, was I wrong. Oh, come on, copy up there. Okay, we have 1 fireball. This is gonna read as a slot dough. And the slot saved only saving throw for half damage. And some resistance.
Wow, he's partially resistant to fire. This is not going to do that much at all.
And
5
what?
damage.
I'm just gonna That's a saving throw. Boom. He's got great saving throws.
Another 5. Oh boy.
Yeah.
19 damage. Yeah, 19 damage for freedom.
And with that, she casts another spell, and a portal opens, and she disappears.
Wah, wah, wah.
And hey, Diego, you're up first, and her attacking him, it did break the circle. So,
See what I call it? Steffi called it. Steffi knows all.
I climb over the dwarf.
Climb over the dwarf. Ew, the dwarf looked up. Gross.
okay, yeah, you climb over the dwarf.
You get him, thing. It's all you, buddy.
Oh, the thing is doing nothing. He's just gonna, well, yeah, why not? He's gonna fly over here. Did I target him? Yep, I targeted him. And then he's gonna do... He is going to talk about the slot's mother. That, and then that's his turn.
Okay. Diego?
Yeah.
You climbed over just Moltac, right?
Yeah, so I'm in between Maltac and here, yeah.
Can I get you to make a stealth roll?
Sure. Out in the open?
Yeah, if you, that'll be fine. Okay. He is just moving out of the circle. And Oren, you're up.
Banishment. 60 feet. This could be a very bad idea. Yeah, this could be a very bad idea.
It's never stopped you before.
It hasn't stopped me before. And he's saved from those fireballs pretty easily. And the fire didn't, he was resistant to the fire, so fire is probably not that great either. This is terrible. Moltok goes, Hate Birds goes. Okay, why not? Gonna move. Well, nothing's locked. You want to lock tokens?
Yeah, sure will.
So if I go there, I can see Senior Slatty. And it's worth a chance. Roll the banishment. See if it works.
There you go.
I will try to banish one of my spell slots. So, and he's targeted. He failed.
Spectacularly.
That's fantastic.
So he is banished.
Nice.
Holy shit. That took all the fun out.
That wasn't supposed to work. Well, I guess
Well,
I get the prologue.
You weren't climbing over stuff. You know, you did that quietly. Had you not, I was going to send a fireball down the tunnel.
Mm.
Well, hi. Have some experience points.
Okay. Well, that worked out.
Uh,
So I think Steph was gonna open the coffin now and see what's inside, right?
I thought Diego was.
Oh, Diego, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I was doing.
Well, I heard the name Diego thrown around, like nobody's business, so I just assumed.
People like talking about me. People think I'm cool. Get used to it.
Is that what they say? Is that what they
Well,
say?
You
and
walk
talk
along with
tokens.
your Converse shoes and your brown bag lunch. You try to see how many birthday parties you get invited to.
Brown bag lunch.
Okay. Who's going to do it?
I don't trust the frog people, man. Those guys were fucked up.
Well, it's your turn.
I'll do it if you don't want it.
Oh, I'm not doing it. I mean, you guys could go do it if you want.
I will go open the sarcophagus.
Okay.
Like, we
Yes.
know what these gods do. So, like, it's a good and a bad thing. It's not something we need.
Okay. First of all, you brush off the 12 painted wooden grungs. And as you open the coffin, you see a varnished clay urn containing the skull and bones of a grung and a few valuables inside.
Okay.
Are you grabbing the shit?
Yeah. I will carefully pull out the valuables first.
Okay, as you're touching the urn to get to the valuables, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
See, I'm waiting for the good gods. Some of these gods were good. I remember.
Oh, you fucker.
Did I mention I have a wisdom of 18? Did I mention that?
That's right. That's right.
You just need to be 1 point lower.
Yeah, it sucks, doesn't
Wow.
You feel the irresistible urge to start dancing, but you are able to resist it.
Oh man, maybe I should have went for this one.
And therefore you're also resisting the 2d10 psychic damage at the end of your turn for the next minute.
Oh, geez.
That's-
So if he failed, he would have taken 2d6 damage like 10 times?
Yep.
Is that what would have happened? Oh, fuck. All right.
But
20d6 damage.
Yeah, man. That's
if I
you're
was a cat-
you're averaging like 60 points, man. Like
Houston.
So, anyway, inside it is a potion of supreme healing,
ooh.
and there is a petrified egg. And as you touch the egg, this tendril of slime rises from its surface, and it transforms into a frog-like head that bobs towards you, and a croaking voice sounds out in your mind. Nang Nang will help you now. And I need you to make a, I think it's Constitution.
You're a dwarf too. Probably have decent con.
is it Constitution?
Yeah.
Give me just a second. I'm double checking it. Tricksters, I don't need you. You're in the next chapter. Yeah, I think by now I would know it. Charisma.
Oh, you bastard!
Aren't you glad I checked?
Oh God, charisma. Yeah.
I went
I could
from
do a
a
charisma
+3
check,
to a
though.
-1.
Have they
Right,
all
I
been
know.
charisma checks?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, I have good charisma.
Oh, I got a
A good roll.
Hey,
And you see this frog head just suddenly get sucked back in to the egg.
alrighty.
And
That was
you
weird.
are not possessed.
Oh,
But-
yeah, very-
Like I said,
so they scored a potion out of the deal.
Isn't there
Yeah.
a pearl of power? Or is that a lie?
There's a lie.
That was a lie.
yes, I'm getting ready to drop them into the party sheet.
Yeah,
And
so you two can
there's
fight
a
over that.
link on the Pearl of Power.
Gives you like you use an action and you get a spell slot back 3rd level or lower, I think.
Well, it's 1 level lower. Oh no, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. I seem to recall back in 3rd edition it was something you would swallow and it was like a one-time thing. But I think
And-
this thing's like once a day.
Steph, are you taking the potion of supreme healing?
Yeah, I guess so. Since you always attack my dinosaur with a crit, yeah, I better take the potion of supreme healing.
Well, either you or hates birds, probably, or maybe
Actually,
even
yeah,
Sheer.
you know, you're right. One of
Hates
the front
birds get
line-
his ass kicked quite a
Yeah,
bit,
one of
and
the
Sheer is
frontline
known for
fighters.
getting his ass kicked. So
Sure is known for getting his
it's basically on hit.
Like-
Like I have his job application to this party, and that is what his skill set is on his resume, is
How did-
the ability to get his ass kicked.
from 93 to 2002, got ass kicked.
Yeah, like it's basically like,
2003 to present, ass
Yeah,
kicked some more.
and like his references are impeccable. They all say he gets his ass kicked wherever he goes. So I mean,
Takes the boot well.
Oh, why?
either him or the barbarian.
Why is he not here for this?
You,
Oh my
you can
God,
have
that
it.
is so
That's
true.
fine. We've-
Who would-
I'm not frontline fighter, so I don't need it. So
Well, that and you're the one with the heal spells, right?
and I can cast Cure. So
yeah, like if you go down, you want somebody else to have that potion, and if you don't go down, you can always cast a heal, right?
yeah, so it'd be kind of wasted on me. So
Yeah,
we
and
could always save it for
Oren's
Sheer
pretty
when he
far
gets back.
back, and he's got heals as well. I usually have ways to get in and out of fights, so I would almost say Hatesbirds or Sheer.
we can wait till Sheer gets back, give it to him.
We can have them wrestle for it.
Yeah, although
They
Sheer
can
will
wrestle
probably
in the
get his
wine vats for
Sheer
our
will probably
amusement.
get his ass kicked though. So
Probably, yeah. Well, he is good at it. He is better at getting his ass kicked than Hatesbirds by looking at these resumes and by just seeing them in action.
I'm just
So-
trying to.
I mean,
It's like 2006 to 2008. Curse of Strahd got my ass kicked. 2009 to 2010. Storm King's Thunder got my ass kicked.
he's packing the shield spell, I think, and he's still getting his ass kicked more than anybody else.
Do you want it Hatesbirds or are we giving it to Bjorn?
Give it to Bjorn.
Oh,
Rely on
okay.
the caster heals.
Yeah, he does, and Bjorn does have that self heal too, because of fighters.
Second wind.
Yeah, great fucking ability.
I just feel
Rogues.
he needs
Yeah.
it more. He keeps getting, stomped.
He does. He gets stomped a little bit more.
And anyway, I'm going to have 2 more constitution points if we ever take a long rest. So,
Plus your resistances, which also is another good thing about healing barbarians, is just the resistances. It sometimes acts as double.
yeah. Been working for me so far.
Yep. All right, so through the secret door and reset ourselves.
Yeah, we should get all rested up. and
Oh, maybe in this room.
Yeah, this room with the
What's-
great big pentagram on
Pentagram,
the floor.
yeah.
Yeah, it
What-
sounds like a good place. I
what-
mean, this is
yeah.
good as anyways. I mean, who wants to go to like, maybe, just a room that really just has statues and a fucking like, chariot in it. Let's say the one with the pentagram with the demon frog. That sounds good.
And all
Okay,
the
that's
wine
great.
you can drink. Really.
And all the while, yeah, and it's fresh too.
And
It's-
Yeah,
salt.
that's true.
You can
That's
rim your
true.
glass with salt if you have margarita. So
This is this is none of this aged wine. This is the fresh stuff with the screw off cap.
We're gonna call this like the adventurer Caesar, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna put this wine in casks and this salt and take it back, and we're gonna open up a place and get people sick.
Open up.
it's Tibetan genie salt.
Yeah. And you know what? We got all this wine. We can just put some fish in it too. Just make some good old clamato juice.
Okay, guys, that wraps up this level of the dungeon.
Yay.
All right.
Really?
Do we get a long rest? Do we know that for sure? Is this a safe place to long rest at, or will we find out next time?
Call it high or low.
Hi.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm going to give you a long rest.
All right.
Congratulations. And since we finished this level,
So my con should be at 19 now, right? How do I have that effect?
let's see.
And let's see. And then I can't take falling damage now.
No, I think the last long rest we readjusted your con.
I should get 1d6 plus 1 back on the wand, not all.
Yes.
So 4.
And what did we?
There we go.
Long rest before game, start a tomb, and you all are level 7. So
but we can be 8 if you want. Like, don't let just the number stop you.
We're getting closer.
You've done the first level of the dungeon. You've done the second level of the dungeon. So yes, let's level up to 8.
I didn't think that would work. That's what you get for a proficiency in persuasion, kids.
Well, we're kind of like half milestone and half XP.
That is okay with me because level 8 is huge.
Yeah.
So just put our level up to 34,000.
Yeah.
Cool.
And 48,000 is needed for the next one.
All right.
I'm really surprised Sheer made it to level 8.
It helps when he's not here and not in danger.
No kidding.
I mean, I could have let that like woman take him, I suppose, but
I like the fact that the 3 fireballs to the slide only resulted in 9 damage.
There's
yeah.
19, a 5, a 5, and a 9.
I don't know what it was. It was low though.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. 8th level. Oh, that's kind of cool. I think I can fly now. I can
You
choose
can.
flying
You get
creatures.
the flying stuff now. Yeah.
Ability score improvement. Oh.
Yeah, I just put my thing to 20, but I'm not sure. Maybe I want 20 because it's the max you can have, right?
Mhm.
And like Dex is a big deal for me. But
Extra
maybe I want-
+1 to hit and +1 damage.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's +2 initiative and plus the defense as well.
Yeah, so it's pretty hard to argue against Dex.
Yeah, it's really hard to argue.
What are you going to do with that? A feat?
I was gonna take a look, but some of the good ones like mobility. I don't need mobility. Like my character class basically comes with it.
Yeah.
And I also thought maybe take charisma, but I mean, charisma only really helps my initiative as well. Doesn't really do too much just yet. I think at level 9 I get panache and then maybe like something out of it.
Should I bump my strength up to get rid of that -1? That bugs me.
No. For casters, I would almost say always get that 20 in your stat. Because it makes your to hit and your save better, which is kind of double dipping it. Like you're like when they're trying to resist your spells.
Yeah.
Is that what you went, Oren? You put 20. You got 20 in charisma.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to argue not.
Yeah, it's the same thing with me. Like Dex is such a major. Like Dex is like the god stat in this game, but like especially for a rogue where I'm using it to its full potential. It's to my hit. It's to my damage. It's to my initiative. It's to my defense.
Yeah.
Well, I get another 4th level spell. I'll tell you right now, I am taking stone shape. So
yeah, man. Yeah.
No more falling blocks going to keep us trapped.
That's I'm not going to be upset about that.
If I'd had stone shape, I would have just simply carved a big hole through the middle of that big block, and that would have been the end of that.
Okay, so for improving my abilities, my score, do I like drag something, or do I just edit the Constitution?
Just add it.
Whoops.
Yeah, level 9 is when I get my next thing I get for my swashbuckler.
Okay, I increased the Constitution by 2.
Rock on.
Library. Spell.
Oh yeah, that's next. So at level 9, I can make a charisma persuasion check against their wisdom insight check. And if they are hostile to me and they fail, it's disadvantage on attack rolls. And they can't make attacks of opportunity. Last 1 minute.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah. Unless it's immune to charm, I guess. No, it is charmed by you. If I succeed on the check and the creature isn't hostile to me, then it's charmed. If it is hostile to me, it's disadvantage. I mean, what are the odds there's going to be something in here that isn't hostile to me, though?
Uh,
I think that's it. I just had to pick a spell and
I'm just kind of
change
looking
the
over the
ability score.
feeds.
Banishment
You get-
is a planar skill.
When's provision go up again? Level 9? Oh man, I could take alert and get a +5 bonus to initiative. Meaning I would have a +12 bonus to initiative.
Well, you'd always go first.
Yeah, I know, but half the time I'm like, well, I need to wait until some of these slow guys get in front of me before I go into this room. I could take dual wielder, give me an extra bonus to AC. Might be able to switch out my dagger for something else, like something that's not light, like another rapier, even.
Or a mace?
No, it's not finesse weapon.
Oh yeah.
How do you add a die to a heal? Don't you click something on it somehow and
I think I the only way I've been able to do it, like if I upcast the healing spells, is just by manually changing it in the system.
oh, okay.
That's the only way I've been able to do it.
Yeah, you can duplicate the entry and add it to. And that's on level 5, which is Gears of Hate.
A spell.
I always like Magic Initiate though. Magic Initiate's really good. Mage Slayer could be good.
Yep, that'd be a good one.
I love mobility, but it's almost like I don't need it on this character.
So we're good. We're not moving any further. We're just going to hang out.
Yeah, that's it for tonight.
Okay. So I
Yeah,
think
I'm gonna
I
take
got
the 20. I'm gonna take the 20. There's nothing that comes even close to all the stats it give me.
Alrighty. So next week we're not playing, which I'm not available anyway.
Okay, so next week we're not playing at all?
Yeah, we're off next week.
Okay.
Cool. All right. I'll see you in a couple weeks then.
All right, you all have a great week.
Thanks.
See you, Steph. And
All right, I think I'm done too.
AW.
Talk to you later.
Hey,
Yep, take it easy.
have a great evening.
You too.
The search box is only good if you can spell the name.